Good morning. Hey everybody, how's it going? Hey replay viewers, thanks for watching. If you're new to my scopes, I appreciate it. Tap to give hearts if you would like to. Good morning, you guys. See my messy desk? I'm showing you this for a reason, and I'll get to that in a little bit. Let me get you in here. Good morning. Okay, my hair's still wet. Sorry. Good morning. Well, you know what? I don't talk very serious very often, but I'm going to today. So, and not to bring anybody down, like it's very uplifting and positive. So, I don't do very serious. So, if you think this is going to hit home with anybody, go ahead and share it out with people. I want to talk about the scars that we can't see. Yeah. As opposed to the scars we do, and how the difference of them healing. So, it's been on my mind. Thank you for inviting followers. This has been on my mind for a long time. I've been trying to piece together different things and how I would say it, and I just couldn't like write a script. So we're just gonna do it from the heart, and the reason why is because yesterday evening was like huge for me. So let me drink some water so I don't like start crying right away. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Alice. So we have been in the middle of redecorating our home. This is my home that I've owned for a while, and in the process of my divorce, he didn't want to sell it to me, and so Jason bought it so that we could stay in our home, and it was a huge gesture on his part. So him and I have been in the process of redecorating our home and just really, hello, oh thank you Alice, and really just making it ours. And one of the biggest reasons is because the way it was decorated before was very dark. It was a downer, and I'm going to show you some pictures of just how it's transformed, and you'll kind of understand what I'm saying. So life before was hard, and when I say hard, it was hard, to the point where like you would have, myself and the kids, we would have to find reasons to be happy and have fun, because the moment that he would come home, my ex-husband would come home, we knew it was just going to be horrendous, and we would be on eggshells for the rest of the night. And so what I didn't realize, and I started to realize after I had him removed from the home, yes, you heard that right, I had him removed from the home. I got my big girl panties on, and I stopped being scared, and I put out a civil protection order against him and had him booted. So if that tells you anything, without getting into major details, it needed to happen. But what I started to realize is after he was gone, the whole atmosphere of the home changed immediately. It was lighter, it was happier, it was joyful. Even when we didn't have joyful moments, it was just had this peace over it. But it wasn't finished. Like it just still didn't feel right. Excuse me. And I'm going to show you an example, and this is why it didn't feel right, okay? You guys ready? It's on my computer screen. Let me show you. Okay, this picture right here was when he was still in the home. The walls were dark. The curtains were dark. It was damp and gloomy. Even when the sunlight was coming in, it was dark. So I started to make changes. I took the dark curtains down. It was still felt that way. And so what we did was, I just said, I'm changing everything, and I'm making it lighter and brighter. And this, now you guys, see if we can do this the right way. It's hard to see on the computer screen, is now what we have. And we've been working hard, and so hard, and Jason's put so much time into it. Same area of the house. So it's a very good example. It is lighter, it's brighter, it just feels like a home again. And so last night when I came down, when I came down the stairs from working, Jason had hung the curtains, and the walls were painted, we've done the trim, okay? So that we've kind of gotten used to. That's been over the last couple weeks, we've gotten that done. I came downstairs and the curtains were hung, and it took my breath away. And not because it's so magnificently decorated, because it's not. I don't have skills in decorating. I'm learning. I really am. I'm just learning. It was a feeling. It was walking down that this was our home, and that this person who tormented us for years, the children and I for years, was no longer in this house. There was no remnant left of him, and it was beautiful, and it was breathtaking. And that's what I'm talking about when I talk about scars that we don't see. We don't realize how deep they go. And it's interesting, as the progression of healing goes, you realize what scars you really do have, and then how much they are healing. And we have physical scars. I have scars on my hand and on my wrist that will never go away. And I have to see them on a daily basis. And I am reminded on a daily basis of what happened to me. But what I can remember when I see these things and then when I look around me is that I'm healing, and that I don't have to be scared anymore, and I don't have to hold back, and I don't have to not share or talk about it. Because when you're in a situation that, one, you're embarrassed of, two, you don't know how to handle, three, you've been taught that you just need to take it and deal with it, you don't talk about it. And so many times, if we just talked about it, we'd realize that what's happening to us is not right. And there's many ways of solving it. A lot of people, good people, men and women, you talk to them, you say what the problems are, and they're willing to change. But not everybody's like that. And so we're presented with hard decisions in life. And a lot of times they go against what the majority of people say. But you know what? You have to make the decision for yourself. And so which brings up another point. So I'm gonna get really serious. The judging needs to stop, honestly, in all honesty. Because first of all, and this is no offense against anybody who doesn't scope, but if you don't scope and put your life out there, if you aren't a face and you're honest and you're not hiding behind the screen, you don't have a right to point fingers, and you really don't have a right to judge or say anything to anybody, because you're not doing it. And you're not saying this is me, like me or not. You're not saying have fun with me. You're not saying cry with me. You're not saying rejoice in my joys. And you're not saying, have moments of sorrow with me. You're hiding behind a screen. And so it really, really needs to stop, honestly, because you don't know what that person's going through. I don't know what you guys go through. Nothing major. It's been a buildup, and I've hesitated to say anything. Yeah, it is. I've hesitated to say anything whatsoever, because I don't really like to confront. Well, I shouldn't say it. I hate to confront people. And normally I'm happy and bubbly, and I don't want to be, the mom voice. I don't like doing the mom voice. But honestly, you guys, people who scope, you're putting so much out there, and you're saying, come into my home, come into my heart, and be a part of my life, even though I have no clue who you are, no clue whatsoever who you are, but that's okay, I'm still going to do it. And thanks, Bridget. And so, for those who don't, and it's not very many, but there are people who are they just want to judge so quickly. I don't think you should say this, and I don't think you should do that. You know what? We're not perfect. We make mistakes of things that come out of our mouth. We say the wrong word. We're going to offend somebody, because in all honesty, nobody can be PC 24/7. Hang on one second. Sweetie, I'm scoping. I will take care of it. Tell me through the door. Go ask him. Right. Okay, I'll take care of it in a second. Sorry, guys. Yeah, and if they don't like your scope, then they can watch somebody else. If they don't like the things that you're doing, then go find somebody else. It's not that big of a deal. Exactly. No one is perfect. And those who are pointing fingers and like to judge, I dare you to do this because it is not easy. It's not easy to come up with content every day, and you feel like you have to be delivering this amazing content every single day. We have to be motivational and girl power and all this stuff. That's hard, y'all. Yes, sweetie. We're having a day today. It's spring break and it's cold and they can't go outside. Not a good mixture, right? So yeah, it's hard every day. You're like, oh gosh, I could just go on and I need to have a verse put together, or I need to have some great quote we're talking about, or I just need to be really uplifting. Yeah, but you know what? It's not all bad. And I love scoping. I love sharing my life with you guys. And yeah, exactly. We have to film measure up. But I love doing it. And the reason why I do it is because it's part of my healing process. And you guys are a part of that. Whether you know it or not, you're part of my healing process and things that I know I personally needed to work on and I needed to overcome. And so you don't always know that because I'm over here crafting with you guys or talking about stickers or talking about planning. Right. But in that, I have these goals and these things that I want to heal and I want to fix because I don't want to be that person that I was made to be. Right. Exactly. Exactly. There ain't no money in scoping. That's fine because I like free social media. So as I'm doing these things with you guys, which I love to do, Carrie, you do a good job. You do a good job. It's hard because you can see yourself and you're like, oh gosh, my hair and my makeup, right? And so as I'm doing things, I'm healing and I'm changing mental attitudes that I was made to think. Thank you, Alice. And really, it was just brainwashed and pounded into my head that I was not a good person, that I wasn't worth anything, that I couldn't do anything right. I couldn't accomplish anything. There was no way I could be successful. And you know what the funny thing was? Is before I was with him, I was really successful, you guys. I had an amazing job. I helped out lots and lots of people. And my self-confidence was at a good point. And then I don't know what it was. It's just mind-blowing when somebody tells you over and over and over these horrible things that you start to believe it. And not just in your mind, in your heart. And it takes over your entire thought process. Yes, it takes over your mind process. And you can no longer think the way you used to. And so, I feel it took me a long time to realize what was going on. It took me a long time to realize what was going on and for my eyes to open up. And when I saw my children doing it, I was like, what is going on? Because I was there was just this mask, here's a good idea. You know the blinders that we put on horses so they can't see any distractions? He had put blinders on me and closed me off from the entire world, from my family, from my beliefs, from anything and everything that I used to be, and just stripped it away. And so you guys are a part of my healing process because I'm sharing my life and I'm talking about it. That is a good book. There are a lot of women that's still in the situation, and men, women and men alike. And I am so not telling anybody what they need to do with their life because it's your personal decision. And I'm not saying that everything needs to end in divorce. So you guys, I don't want you to think that whatsoever. It has to be a personal decision. And I made that decision in my life because there was no other way out. He was not going to get any better. It wasn't going to improve, and it was getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And so that was what I needed to do. And I'm very thankful I did. And the reason why I'm so thankful for it, because I would never know the joy that I feel now on a daily basis. When I wake up in the morning and I'm thankful for my life, to breathe and to be with my family on a daily basis, that's huge. It's huge. And we have to. And every morning we pick up. It's not easy to do. It's not. When somebody says, nobody's going to want you with 4 children. Nobody's going to take care of you. You're going to live out of your car. You're going to be on the side of the road, right? Sorry. It's tears of joy, you guys, honestly. Because whether you believe in God or not, I know that He stepped in and said, you need to wake up, Erica, because I have something better for you. I have what you need and what you've always wanted. And I didn't want it. You can ask Jason. If he ever gets on scope with me, you can ask him. I told him, I'm not going to date you. I don't want to be around men. I don't want anything. And he was so persistent. He was like, no. He was like, you're not going to push me away. You're not going to pull away. It was really, the story was actually pretty cool. But to be in that place in life where you really honestly, whether it's a good day or bad day, you're still happy. I did not know that existed. And I had lost it since I was a child. I hadn't had it since I was 20 years old. And I knew it as a kid. I had amazing parents who brought me up in the Word and loved me beyond belief. And I got lost. I forgot that there was a love like that. I completely forgot that there could be that much joy and happiness on a daily basis, even on bad days. Even when you have kids who are fighting and arguing and you just want to go, oh my God, you can still be happy in those moments. I didn't realize that that was possible. For almost 20 years, I didn't realize that was possible. So, anyways, that's my rant for the day. Yeah, you can find happiness. You really can. And you have to figure out what it is that's making you not be happy, because there's no reason for us not to be happy. We weren't made, thank you, we weren't made to be down, depressed, sad people. That is not how we were made. We were made to be happy, joyful. And yes, I'm going to quote the Bible. We are supposed to rejoice in the Lord always. Again, I say rejoice. We are supposed to rejoice on a daily basis. And if you can't rejoice on a daily basis, even on the bad days, you need to ask yourself why. Because even the bad moments, even when we're struggling financially, or somebody in our family loses our job, it shouldn't just be so crushing that it destroys us. We could still say, okay, that's fine. We're going to get through this. We're going to do it, and it's going to be fine. That's what I'm talking about, happy. I'm not talking about those people who are like, oh, yeah, I'm so happy all the time. Come on. That's just their personality. Because we can't be that way. I can't be that way. And I get grouchy. Right, it's a decision. It is a decision. I'm sorry. It has just been on my heart. And then last night it just hit me. Literally, you guys, I was crying over flipping curtains. I was crying over curtains. Seriously. He hung curtains. I came downstairs and I was bawling like a freaking baby. And then I laughed at myself and I'm like, this is so healing. It is so amazing how making changes, and you know what? The changes haven't been cheap, you guys. Painting the house, changing the trim, painting the trim, that's not inexpensive. This has been an expensive change, but the benefits of it are unmeasurable, completely unmeasurable. because this is my life and this is my home, and it needs to reflect our family. It needs to be a place where we just go, this is a happy, joyful place. Exactly. So, this is my serious scope for 2016. I'm sorry. I won't cry on you guys anymore. I know. Let's go back to crafting. Let's talk about planning. Who has a Doki book? Come on, let's go back to that, right? Anyways, yeah, so thank you. I am so glad I found my happy, because we all need to find it. We really do. You guys, it is an amazing feeling. So as I'm sitting downstairs and he hung these curtains, and I go, I should have ordered more, you know, like, so I could double them up so it could be a little bit. So I went to go find them where I had bought them before. I found them at Target, which I was really surprised, and they were an amazing price, okay? Amazing price. You want to know how blessed I was when I went and looked? They were half the price I had paid before. Half! I was like, order half the price and then another 10% off. Right? It was amazing. It was amazing. Seriously. I was like, oh, that is awesome. Exactly. Score. And then now that curtains are up, I'm not feeling so like I have so much pressure to put things on the wall, because if you guys follow me, you know, I've said this over and over. I don't know how to decorate. I've owned 3 homes and I've never learned how to decorate. I just kind of and the last time I wasn't allowed to decorate. Like, there was no, I didn't get to choose anything. He put stuff up. It was absolutely ridiculous. It was kind of amusing in a sense, because like, I just didn't get to do it. Aw, I love dinosaurs. We just bought The Good Dinosaur for the kids for Easter, and it is such a cute movie. I haven't finished it. I've only been able to see pieces, but it's such a cute movie. You thought I was only thing 1? Yeah, okay, so there's a lot of things like I like. I'll go to Hobby Lobby or some of these other places. I'm like, oh, I really like it. But then I don't buy it. Like, I'm so hesitant to even purchase it and then put it up anywhere. I'm just like, oh, I don't know. So this has been it is expensive. So this has been a really cool experience, because I've been picking things out and I've been going, this is what we're going to do. This is what I see in my head. Oh, no, I don't. Now, I can decorate your planner, I can do scrapbooking, and I could do crafts every day. I'm good at that, right? Like, that's my thing. Tell me to decorate a home, and I'm just like, no, please don't. I don't want to touch it. I'm going to mess it up. So this time, I'm like conquering my fear. I'm like, nope, this is what we're going to do. And it's turning out good. Oh, I've done that before. I've been yeah, exactly. See, thank you. And see, that was my vision. I saw this at IKEA. I was like, that's my inspiration. And I stuck to it, even though I didn't even own it at the time. And I have done everything based off of that idea. So that's kind of what I'm doing. I had an idea in my head of what I wanted the living room to look like until we could finish the basement, and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to stick with it. There's certain things I like, and I'm just going to do those. I'm playing with paper clips, you guys, because I'm like super nervous. This is the introvert. Yeah, I'm going to have to, because the walls are still blank, but it looks so much better with curtains. So much better. And did you guys see the chair? I talked about this chair the other day. Was it yesterday? It's been in Jason's family from his great-grandparents. And it's like, has this like swoop and it goes down like that. It's amazing. It's basically like a chase lounge in a sense, but it's like double wide. And it's the best corner of the house to sit in now. And it's awesome. Everybody's loving it. You can't see the TV. You just have to lay back and relax and just chill. So, yeah, so last night was awesome. And then, of course, you know, as we're walking through and you go into the dining room, it's a lounge. Is that what they're called? I don't know. Or is it a lounge? I don't know. It's like this, I don't know. It's an interesting piece of furniture. I'm loving it. I don't know, but it fits 2 people. That's how big it is. And it's from, you know, centuries ago. So as we're going into like the dining room area, they kind of did this like sitting area off of where they're supposed to have the dining room, and it's really, that's where we had it for the longest time. It's really a weird area. It opens up to the back deck, and anyways, like it actually looks like a room now because of how we did the curtains doing up high, even on the back deck door. And so it's like, oh, I could, if we don't finish the floors anytime soon, I could like put chairs in here and be like a nice little sitting area finally. It was interesting. So we will see how it goes. Kind of have to take a break. Like I need to go, okay, enough is enough. We got this much done. And I had goals before my family gets here in April, what I wanted done, and we're almost there. He has a little bit more to do. As I can say he, because he's doing all this stuff, all the painting and the hanging. Yeah, exactly. I'm just going to stop and go, I'm going to absorb it, and then then I will start making my list of what else I want, like what I want on the walls. I have one wall that's going to be just like a picture wall of floating pictures on shelves. And so I do know what I'm going to do on that wall. And then everything else is just like, we'll just let it relax. The kitchen's all repainted, so that looks good. We've kind of like decluttered everything, which has been really refreshing. So that's been pretty amazing. So anyways, trying to like not, my eyes are still like watering. Between laughing about Amy yesterday, because literally she had me in tears, to crying last night, to now crying on scope with you guys, my eyes are hurting now. So I need to do some work today. I have several orders going out again today. My goal is to mail orders every single day this week. That is the goal. Every single day. Well, thank you so much. Well, goes, I know, right? I cry over the most ridiculous things. That's why I told him, I was like, I'm crying over curtains. Oh my gosh. I know. She's just, I know she probably had a vision of what it was going to look like, and it doesn't look like that right now. So I understand. Props to her, man. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I have to stay dark. I would probably freak if my hair was like blonde or way different color than what I was used to. Yeah, they are good medicine, right, Jenny? I was totally last night. I was like, why am I crying over curtains? This is ridiculous. And then I figured out why. But I was laughing at myself. I'm like, pregnancy, this is ridiculous. I shouldn't be crying over curtains. They're just curtains. Yeah, it will. It'll be awesome. She'll love it. She can rock about anything, honestly. She can. Some of us aren't so, we don't get that benefit. We can't rock anything. She could rock anything. Hat and scarf over top of her head, she rocks it. So, did you guys see her scope this morning? She was asking, does anybody in here have a Doki book yet? Not just a Dis Agenda, any Doki book? You looked half dead. Yeah, I can rock black. Like, I can do black. I love that. But don't put me in blonde. I think I would look probably about the same. Yeah, I think I would probably look dead alongside you. I'm never going to try it. I'll tell you that much. I will never try it. Ever, ever, ever. You want one, but not yet. Yeah. I didn't know if anybody... She's thinking about doing a mom hop for Doki, like a Doki mom hop. Which I thought was kind of a cool idea of featuring like a specific type of planner. You did in high school? Yeah, but you can be daring back then. Oh. Yeah, you're like, no, I did it, I'm sticking with it. Yeah, the best I do is like these little blonde highlights that my hairdresser does. You want to add purple to your hair? I think it's a pretty color. I've tried purple before. It doesn't really show up on my dark hair, so I've kind of like stopped trying to do colors because they don't show up. It doesn't matter what I do. They just don't show up. Yeah, that's what I need to do. I actually have a hair appointment this week, so we'll see what we do. I think she wants to put more, like, light colors in it. But after a while, I don't like it because it makes me, you have natural white highlights? Really? Yes, she does my hair when I'm pregnant with, she has stuff that's very, very, very safe. And she's been doing my hair since 2010, since Michaela. So now 3. Oh, my volunteer's here. Hang on, guys. Hi, come on in. Okay, that means, y'all, I gotta get to work. So, yeah, well-ventilated salon. And I don't do any drastic because you don't know how your hormones are going to react. So we don't ever do anything really, really drastic. Because I wouldn't want it to, like, turn green. 27. I started getting gray hairs when I was 23. Hence the reason why I color my hair. But this is what, like, the blonde, to me it starts to look ashy. And I don't like the ashy look for some reason. Yeah. So I cover them. I just cover up the gray as best I can. I pluck the gray and whites out of my eyebrows because I don't want to see them there. 16! Kids do it to you. I'm serious. Kids give you gray hair. I fully believe it. Fully believe it. Had my first baby when I was 22, 23 years old, had gray hair. It was like instant. I really do. And that's why people who don't have kids, they look so young. No, I'm just kidding. Well, that's a good place to have. Like, if it was down here, yeah, because I covered up. Mine's like right here. This is where all of my gray hits. So when I pull my hair back, when I just have it like this, like, you can totally see it. So it's pretty bad. But when I'm old enough to be a grandma, and I'm officially a grandma, I think I'm going to let it go gray, because I think ladies with like that grayish white hair, they just look so beautiful. When you embrace it and you just own it, it looks really, really pretty. Really pretty. So, okay, y'all. Your mom pulled them for you. Ow! Oh, you're lucky. My lady's really good and she doesn't charge a lot. And so it's one of the things that Jason like insists that I do. He's like, you get your hair done, you go pay to have it done. No ifs, ands, or buts, because I wouldn't before. I would just do it out of a box and it looked horrible. And he's like, nope, you need to take care of yourself. Right? The silver hair, it looks really beautiful. It does. If you can pull it off. Not everybody can do it, but if you can pull it off, it's just so sophisticated and elegant, is what I think. So, alright, y'all. I will probably be back on later today. I want to do some crafting scopes. So, we'll see how that goes. I'm going to go get some work done and get some orders out. So, excuse me. I will see you later and talk to you later. Have a wonderful day. You too. Bye, you guys. Thanks for hanging with me for a little bit.